All right. So now you should be able to hear the video and also me. And yeah, this was the Shinkansen, the bullet train we took to Nagoya. And from Yokohama it was basically 2 hours of travel. It's really nice to travel with Shinkansen, it's so fast. Yeah, and we even were able to see Mount Fuji, it was crazy. And yeah, this guys, very important here that you do that. What I'm doing here is I'm actually Googling via Google Maps the card shops which are there. And there's a reason why there's like 2 screens here. On the left I'm doing it in English, and on the right hand side I'm doing it in Japanese, because some stores only will pop up in your search results once you do the Japanese search or the equivalent English search. Yeah. Alright. So I did that. It was really hot that day as well. But I got used to it. We got used to it. It's just Japan. And yeah, Nagoya, actually quite a nice city. We had about 3 days there, so we were able to explore a lot of things, and we also did have enough time for the
And today
card
we are
hunt.
in Nagoya, as you have seen and as you have already read from the title. And I actually found a few card shops here, so let's check them out. It's the usual, card hunt is on, let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, this is the street, guys. Basically here everything is happening. There is about 6 or 7 card shops in this street right here. So you don't have to walk around a lot like you have to do in Akihabara. You can actually just go to this street. There is 2 or 3 places which are a little bit more like not directly here. You have to walk like 10 minutes. But I will show you all the places at the end of the video, because there will be 3 shops at the very end. Actually, they happen to be the best ones, and I didn't make this up. It just happened that we actually went there at the end, because they weren't on this exact street. Alright, let's dive in. So first up we are in Lashimbang. It's actually not a card shop, it's more like an anime used merch kind of place. And yeah, never seen this Zelda game, to be honest. Some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, some older Dragon Quest games as well, really cool artwork. And obviously also some Pokemon. What do you guys think? Would you have bought these for the price? I think these were quite cheap. It says here Hako Itami, so this means the box is damaged. But even though the box is damaged, I think still 7,000 yen is a steal. But I already have my Pokemon Game Boy games also with the packaging, so I didn't go for them. But definitely, yeah, a steal, I would say. And they're actually selling online as well. You can try to buy from them. I don't know if you can from outside of Japan, but maybe you can. All right. And yeah, now back on the street here, guys, and we are entering the first card shop. I told you in one of my other videos already that you should learn the Japanese katakana for card shop. I didn't show it here one more time, but let me go back here a little bit. Actually right here it says Toreka in katakana, in Japanese letterings, and it is really, really nice if you can actually read this, because it will, yeah, I mean, on this street it's quite easy to tell that there's a card shop, but in Akihabara especially it's quite difficult to sometimes spot the small signs, right? So learning at least these 3 katakanas here can be very beneficial. I will look at the chat in a bit, guys. Alright, but let's first go into the first card shop here. And actually I was able to see some really, really cool tokens here. We have the Joey token down here, but there is actually a very cool one I wanted to show you guys. When is it? There it is. It is the Ishizu token here. 2,000 yen, so not the cheapest token, I would say. But I have never seen this token before, and I actually think this looks quite sick. Yeah. And here we go. We are going on with some 20th anniversary secret rares, guys. And look at the prices, man. We have here the Exodia from the, it was a promo in a book, I think, and yeah, crazy prices. It's a little bit blurred, I guess, right now, but here you see it. It's 8,550 yen. The condition should be, yeah, somewhere between near mint minus, excellent plus, so not too bad. But for the price, guys, this is like 60 bucks or something like that. Yeah, really, really nice deal. And actually 20th anniversary secret rares right now are dropping in price quite significantly. I don't know why, to be honest. I think these are, yeah, a little bit underrated right now, and they have calmed down in price a lot. So it's actually quite a good timing to pick some of these up. I'm laughing right now because I see Gundragon in the chat, why you don't like Joey. Yeah, if you haven't seen my recent short, I actually did some Yu-Gi-Oh gacha, and all I wanted was not to get Joey, but I actually got Joey, so I was a little bit sad. Is the Yu-Gi-Oh card industry growing in Japan right now? Do you know that? No, they're not growing for sure. I mean, they're doing like a Rush Duel and actual Yu-Gi-Oh right now, but it's not growing. It's cooling down a little bit, but yeah, we are right. Yeah, you would grab them all, yeah. Yeah, these are actually quite rare in Japan as well. I don't see them in Akara that often. Alright, yeah, Kevin, these are all steals for you, I guess. But you can only get these for the price if you're actually in Japan. Alright, let's continue. Also the Cyber Dragon. One I really like. Is it 8,300? No, it's 6,300. So these are probably not too clean. And here we have some Pokemon cards from the new set, 151. Again, I think, look at the prices. I mean, the yellow text here are saying a Tokka. So yeah, they are cheaper because they have some damage on them. But yeah, they're new cards, so it can't be that much of damage. Probably some whitening on the back or some minor scratching. And these are gorgeous, man. Look at these cute artworks here. Fushigidane, Fushigiso, so Venusaur and yeah, Bulbasaur. All the starters in these new artworks, guys. I think these look really, really nice. Look at this. It's like $1 for this card here. It's crazy cheap now. They came down a lot as well. Yeah. And these are all alternative artworks. Yeah, pretty cool. I definitely wanted to show them to you. I will later show you also my favorite of them, and it's not Charizard. And here we had some actual sun faded. So these are not actually faded, these are sun faded. So it's actually damage. And yeah, again, here some ghost rares. All of them are a little faded. So if cards are faded here in Japan, obviously these are treated as damaged. But I thought they look quite cool. Some people like them. Alright, we're done with the first place right now. And we're going to Furuichi next up. Furuichi is also a place, not necessarily a card shop only. They sell a lot of, yeah, it says right here, right, games, trading cards, figures, and so on. But I was able to find some pretty nice cards here. We have Stardust Dragons here, as you can see. Ultimate Rare on the left and Ghost Rare on the right. But usually I wouldn't recommend you guys to, yeah, buy from Furuichi because they are not professionals in terms of like grading cards. And you see all these stickers here, like the green ones, the yellow ones, and all of these mean something. And usually green is slight damage and yellow is more damage than slight damage, and therefore they will give you discounts on the pricing. But usually when I go to Furuichi, I think, yeah, prices are not that good compared to like actual card shops because they're quite slow in actually changing the prices as well. But sometimes obviously you can find deals there as well. I didn't buy anything here though. Yeah, and what they always have is used games as well. Pretty cool ones. I'm not that knowledge in the like used games. What I can tell you guys is that in Japan, these old games usually were not sealed by factory. So this means that you can't really buy sealed games. You know what I mean? There is always the risk that somebody actually opened them and then like resealed them. But if the packaging looks nice for a collection, it's really nice, but you can't send them in for grading like you would be able to do with like, yeah, North American games or European games. but they look really cool and they are quite cheap actually. Yeah, and as you can see, I'm just going from one side of the street to another because there are so many card shops. Now we are going to the place called Full Comp, I think. Yeah, we're going to Full Comp here. Also a chain, yeah, most of you know, I guess, by now, if you are like a frequent viewer of the channel. Full Comp is a staple place. There's a lot of Full Comps in Akihabara as well. I think at least 2 or 3 Full Comps are there in Akihabara as well. Alright, let's enter this place. Again, here we have another 20s CP Cyber Dragon, so 20th anniversary. Again, super cheap. These are steals, so if you're able to come to Japan, definitely these are very great prices right now. I actually think, and I also mentioned that in my recent live stream where I did the market watch, that there's a lot of potential for these cards to go up in the future again. They are way better investments than quarter century secret rares in my opinion, because yeah, gold lettering for the quarter centuries, not that unique, and the red lettering definitely is something special, and yeah, it's a sleeper right now, I would say. And we have some premium pack 4 Dark Magician Girls here, also very nice. And we had a lot of Bandai cards as well. Look at all these Gate Guardian parts here. I already completed my Bandai cards, so I wasn't really interested, but it's always nice to see them. They look so unique. And guys, if you have any questions, just yeah, let me know in the chat. I will look occasionally at the chat. Our first Ultimate Rares rolling in right now, guys. These are all damaged though, because of the yellow label. You can easily tell that these are not near mint anymore. More likely to be excellent. And this card, guys, I actually wanted to ask you. I know my audience is mostly like, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh collectors, but there might be some people also interested in Pokemon or have a little bit of knowledge. I've never seen this card before, and obviously I could have just tried to reverse Google it with like image search, but yeah, I didn't know what this card is and where it came from. Maybe some of you know, and it's actually very expensive. It's like 12,000 yen for a damaged copy. So yeah, 12,000 yen, around 85 bucks for like a monkey. Quite expensive, I thought. So this might be a really rare, older, yeah, promo card, I guess. Anyone knows about this card? Yeah, it's quite hard to come to Japan. It's far, man. Yeah, it's not that easy to come here. Moin Bilingual Duelist, why is that Nagoya prices are cheaper than in Tokyo? Is the rating different? Yeah, I mean, you never know the condition, right? I wouldn't say Nagoya is per se cheaper than Akihabara, because in Akihabara you have way more like people competing or stores competing with each other. But you can find deals everywhere, and if you're just patient enough, I think even in Akihabara you can get better prices than in Nagoya. Sometimes it's the other way around. It's just luck based. And again, I'm not looking at the conditions, and you know, since the conditions of the card differ a lot, every card is unique in the terms of the damage it has. Yeah, you can't really tell whether something is a really good deal or not because you can't see the damage. All right, continuing. I think there was one more card. Yeah, this one here. This one is also really cool. I don't want to stop too long, but yeah, really cool Zapdos here with the Kraftwerk in the background. Don't know the English term, the electric, yeah, power plant or something like that it's probably called. Yeah, I would really love to know if someone knows where these are from. Let me know in the comments. And it's time for the next place already. So we are already done with 3 places, moving on to the next place right now here. And it's actually Bihompo. And this place, guys, this place is really, really cool. There's actually a YouTuber here in Japan called Misawa, and he also went to this place, and there's also like working stuff in this, yeah, exact card shop. I've already seen in some of his videos, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, look at all these Pokemon boxes, guys. This is huge money right here. And yeah, these are just beautiful. Old Pokemon cards, especially this Aerodactyl here. I really like a lot here. And we also have the Gengar here. This one is also very special. This is a promo card. Even I know, as a Yu-Gi-Oh expert, this was obtainable from an event way back then, probably around 20 years ago. And Gengar is one of the Pokemons which evolve by trading, right? From, yeah, what's the stage before Gengar? Haunter, right? In English, it's so difficult because I know like the German names for Pokemon, the Japanese and the English. Haunter and like Alakazam, all these Pokemon only evolved by trading, and these cards you were able to obtain from like a trading event. You went there and then you got these, and these are very expensive. You already see 500, no, not 550,000 yen or 55,000 yen, so 400 bucks for this card, and I don't even think it's super clean. Yeah, exactly, Masaki Gengar, correct. Yeah, there's so many cool Pokemon cards as well. And there we go. Also a lot of old Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I obviously didn't check out most of them because I just didn't have the time. And there were actually also no or not that many orders from you guys for these older cards. So I skipped them a little bit. But yeah, just check these out. So gorgeous. Some of these are also from the booster series, and look at the prices, man. 80 yen. They're just waiting to be picked up by actual people who knows. And yeah, here we have a starter deck Yugi. On the right side here you see it's for Asia, so it's the Asian English version. Not that desirable, and it's also unlimited. There is also the first edition print run of this, so yeah, the price is therefore quite low. Here we have some old volume packs as well. I should have picked up this volume 2 actually. It's quite cheap. It's probably not the cleanest volume 2 pack because of the price, but still the price is really good. But I overlooked it because I was filming. Yeah, so many stuff. Alright, and here we have some Asian English stuff. We have a Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys, ultra rare Asian English, and some other cards here. Some ultimate rares, beautiful ones here. Are you on the lookout for any of the older Duel Monsters ultimate rares right now, guys? Let me know. Yeah, I actually liked how I filmed this. I have to praise myself a little bit because I changed the style a little bit. I'm going like faster from one thing I want to show to the other instead of going with a linear pacing. These packs, by the way, guys, are the oldest limited edition packs you will ever see or find. These are limited edition 1, you can tell from the artwork, right? Our dear Joey here and Yugi. In this you can get the ultra secret cards. I showed you also in the live last, like 2 days ago in the live stream I did. Very unique rarity, not that many out there, even in the OCG. I think in the TCG, not even one. And these are sealed deck ultimate rares. So in our decks we had ultimate rares, guys. Can you imagine? And let me have a look at the chat here. How much is the SM51 selling in Japan right now? I'm looking for near mint to mint copy. We will see one later in the video, and I think it was near mint minus, so very lightly played, and it went for like 1.8 or something like that. So these are quite expensive, and it wasn't a blue shimmer, it was a regular version. You would have bought a starter deck. Yeah, too bad, Kevin. I can tell you exactly where it is if you want to. And one last thing I want to mention here about this great moth here, guys. Why is this card so expensive, you asked? This card and also the Seiyaru, or the Holy Knight Dragon, were Game Boy promos, and they were like, I think you had a 2% chance to get these. So literally nobody had these, like, even back then. So these are the most desirable old secret rares in all Yu-Gi-Oh, I would say, for the older time, and that's why these are so crazy expensive. I mean, this is very cheap because it's super damaged. Just look at the card itself here. It's probably like very much played. That's why it's so cheap. I mean, 60,000 is actually not that less money, but if this would be clean, it would be like 300 or 350, something like that. Why this Joey hate? Yeah, no, I'm not hating on Joey. It was just one time. I don't hate Joey at all. And here are some super expensive old sleeves. Look at this. 350 yen back then, and now it's like 15,800 yen. This is just some Oripas I wanted to show they had like in the store. I would love to do that. And I don't know if you've seen that, but on the channel I recently did like, yeah, a viewer sent me a product they were like featuring. They were selling like, yeah, Oripass basically they made themselves. And basically this is how they should have done it. Here it says 50 kuchi, so 50 Oripass in total. Each one will be 5,000 yen. What is included? From the 2nd to the 6th generation ultimate rares relief cards, and they're actually also showing you a lineup. And down here it says, yeah, these cards are used, so the condition can vary. So please, yeah, think of that before you purchase. And you can even get a PSA 9 Beast Skull Dragon if you buy the last ticket. This is how it's done, in case you're watching, guys. Also Pokemon, they also did lotteries for that, a lot of boxes here. And yeah, one more Yu-Gi-Oh one. Alright.
So I really have to admit that the Hompo here in Nagoya is really, really cool. One of the best places I've ever seen, so definitely worth a visit, I would say.
Yeah, listen to this guy.
And yeah, generally there is so many card shops here in a dense area, so it might be really fun to hang out a little bit here in Nagoya, and
I don't know what happened.
Find something, because as you have seen here in the video, I'm showing you quite a lot of cool stuff. Alright, let's see where else we can go.
Yep, alright, let's continue. Okay, so next up, I think we had to walk a little bit. You won't see it in the card hunt. There you go, there's a cut. We had to walk here, this Surugaya, like 10 minutes, I think. And it opened up with the Oripa vending machine, as always, guys. You know the drill. Yeah, but I always lose, like with the Joey thing in the short. Check that short out if you haven't seen it. Alright, let's see what Surugaya has for us in store. So we are starting again with Pokemon, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this card is so cute, man. This Machamp carrying all his dishes here and the fruits. I should have bought this card like, I think there's a card hunt like 2 years ago, and I saw this card for like 2,000 yen or 2,500. I mean, it's still affordable, but it's still almost tripled in price. So yeah, it's quite tough to pull the trigger right now. Grüße aus Yu-Gi-Oh! Gruppe. Yeah, Tanjiro Zen, Grüße zurück. Thank you so much. The Oripass you opened looked really cool most of the time. Which Oripass are you referring to? I don't really remember opening Oripass. Yeah, just let me know which ones you're talking to or talking about. Cute card. Yeah, and this one also was quite cool. It was a little bit fast here, but you see these are... Okay, sorry. Let's go like this again. This year is from the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, and the price is ridiculously high. But you had 2 promos here. I think this is actual alleged product, which came out like this. It's 138,000 yen, so around 1k USD. And the only thing you have in here is 3 CP6 packs on top. And from these CP6 packs, you were basically able to get all the reprints from the very first set here in Japan, which I also opened like way back then, like 2016, I think. And I actually pulled the best card, and I got it, I submitted it to PSA, and it got the 10, and it will be here on the channel very, very soon. So I'm going to show that to you soon. Yeah, and just look at the prices, guys. I mean, Cyber N 2,300, Holy Elf first generation. By the way, if you're new to the channel, guys, how to tell whether this is the first gen card or not, because Japanese cards don't have the first edition stamp. Just look out for like the lettering here. If it has like 3 letterings for attack and defense, you already know it's first generation. Also, the missing Eye of Anubis is also an indicator for that. So if you don't have these are basically very first cards ever appeared in Yu-Gi-Oh! And these are also, at least if they are like near mint to mint condition, these are the most expensive, like regular ultra rares from booster packs you could pull. I think from old videos the value wasn't bad. Yeah, I don't remember, to be honest. Maybe I did some, but I don't really remember, because I rarely do these on the channel. I don't like these too much because of, yeah, my unluckiness. Do card stores sell PSA 10 slabs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and also as a foreigner going to those card stores, are we able to negotiate or discuss a bulk purchase price? They do sell PSA 10s occasionally. You will see them. Probably we will see a graded card here or there in this card hunt as well. But in Akihabara you see a lot of PSA graded cards. For discounts though, don't even bother trying to negotiate prices. It's considered to be rude, and it won't be a good experience. I can promise you that. So these stores have fixed prices, like in Germany as well. We have always fixed prices in stores, so you can't negotiate, and please don't do it. They won't be happy if you do that. Yeah, some Koribos, also from the Prismatic Art collection. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff here I'm showing you. Again, 20 secret rares. The rarity I somewhat advise you to pick up now. They might go down even more, but I think these are gorgeous. And now we are coming to one of the best card shops I've actually seen. It's Trading Card Shops 193. In Japanese it's called Ikkyu-san. And yeah, just look for yourself. It's a crazy place. And this I want to talk about briefly. They're explaining that there's like 2 versions of older cards. Volume 6 started with this, I think, also volume 7, and this EX starter box has it as well. There's 2 versions of cards. The first one has like Kazuki Takahashi on the right corner, on the right bottom corner, and there's also these Stadio dice instead of the Kazuki Takahashi lettering. And if there's like Stadio dice, it means it's a reprint, but in this case a reprint is actually a good thing in a way, because these reprints were quite scarce. So there is not that many reprints out there, and therefore the reprint is actually more expensive than the first edition. So if you have like cards from volume 6 to 7 to this deck as well, and they say Stadio dice, they are actually a little bit more worth than the counterpart, which just says Kazuki Takahashi. And it can also say so on the decks, and I actually have this exact deck, and when I'm back in Germany I'm going to open the Stadio dice version of this deck for my 2K special. So if you're not subscribed yet, definitely subscribe to the channel, because we are really close to get to the 2000 subscriber goal. That's just the information I wanted to share with you guys here. One more second here. I know I'm pausing the video a lot, but there's a lot of things I want to explain to you guys, because otherwise it would just, you wouldn't even recognize it. This right here is the WCS 2023 set, which they sold at the WCS. Unfortunately, I couldn't go there because they were doing a lottery who can go there actually, which is super sad that I couldn't go there. But these were sold there for like 7,000 to 8,000 yen a piece, 1 per person, and they are retailing for like 3 times the price right now in the card shops. And yeah, I will probably open this up on the channel, because there is one more lottery where they will actually sell these in satellite shops, so-called satellite shops in Akihabara. And there is basically certain shops which have a collaboration with Konami, and they are actually able to sell certain products which they can do as a giveaway, or if they aren't that limited, they can also like do 1 per person or 2 per person, 3 per person, whatever. And this will be sold I think next weekend, so I will try to get one for retail, and then I will open it on the channel, because it's actually quite cool set. And Soul of the Duelist, actually the first box I have ever seen like sealed, but there is a lot of small notes here as well. You see it says something here on the notes, and therefore for example this says no wrapper, so it's not sealed. This one is also not sealed, and so on. So sometimes even if the price look good, there's something wrong with the product. Okay. Actually, let me say one more thing. This, guys, is the very first deck which appeared in Japan. This is the starter box. And in here you were able to get the very first Blue Eyes ever printed. And then after that, I mean, it's not that easy to show right now, but then they released this deck here. It's the deck that was also in the picture like a couple of minutes ago when I explained the Stadio Dice thing. It's actually this one. This is the second deck, and this is also still Gen 1, so there is no Eye of Anubis, and there's also still 3 letterings for attack and defense. And a little bit up here on the left top corner, you see the EX-R set. And this is second generation already. So this is basically reprinting the one I just showed you. And it's the third one to come out. And it actually featured a VHS with some rules in it. And this is basically the third deck. But the cards are the same, but it's second gen now. So this is the order. Oldest, then this, and then on the left one that. And they had this cool Dungeon Dice Monsters thing here, where they have like all these little figures in here. Really cool. I got the word set but I want to get, I can't read it. I want to get rid of the playmats. Why? The playmats are cool. I really like them. They're small playmats though. Yeah, so much stuff here. I mean, I can't even comment on everything. This was quite special because these are all Asian English Ultimate Rares, guys. There's a lot of people who don't even know what Asian English Ultimate Rares are, but basically the most rare printing of Ultimate Rares is Asian English. Not to be mistaken with LOB Asian English and so on and so forth. Yeah, and they are doing like this placeholder thing, right? I mean, you see here they have like this piece of paper. Sorry that it's so blurry. Because they don't want to put the actual card here in this, even in this showcase, because they're afraid of it getting damaged. I don't know how it could get damaged in the showcase, but that's why they're placing like these placeholders. This, guys, is the new envelope. It was given out in the 2023 championships, retailing for 150,000 right now. What is in here? I thought of that. I will show you here. There's a quarter century Dark Magician Girl and quarter century Magic Cylinder in here. Would you pay 1k for that? 1.1k? I wouldn't, personally. And here I'm checking out EHC1 cards. At that point I didn't know what these are. Here you can see it a little better. It's the Elemental Hero Bubbleman from EHC1, so the Elemental Hero Collection 1. I think there's also Elemental Hero Collection 2 and so on. As maybe 1 and 2 is everything. And these cards actually look really nice. Really, really nice. And I'm still debating up to this day whether I should have picked these up. You see here it was 8,000 yen. It wasn't near mint though. It had like some, yeah, more or less minor issues. It was excellent plus to near mint minus, so it wasn't in the best shape. A couple minutes before they also had like a Burstinatrix. I was checking that out as well. It was also 8,000 yen if I'm not mistaken, but it had, or she had a little bit more damage. I didn't pick these up. And maybe I should have, I don't know, but in the future I would really like to own this. Looks pretty insane. And he's actually yeah, looking up where these were coming from with me because we were both clueless. Yeah, what do you think, guys? I think this place really, really insane. So many items I've never seen before. Really nice.
Alright guys, I think our card hunt is finally coming to an end.
It's not coming to an end, guys.
Any other stores, I will of course append them to the video, so the video will continue. But I think we just found the best card shop here in Nagoya, and this is for sure this trading card shop Ikkyu-san 193. And you are not allowed to film in there, but I could do some sneaky shots here and there, and I was really, really blown away. Even some shops in Akihabara do not have this kind of inventory. They also had Asian English Ultimate Rares. They had so many other cards, especially the EHC1 Elemental Heroes. I've never seen before.
Yeah, maybe I should have bought that. They didn't have any glue issue.
Tomorrow, the condition was pretty decent. Near mint minus, excellent plus, something about that. And I think they were around 60 bucks. So maybe I'll pick them up tomorrow. Let's see. But for today, I think we are coming to an end. And I hope you enjoyed this little card hunt here in Nagoya, and we'll see us very soon in a new video. Your Bilingual Duelist. Ciao.
So for all the people watching on YouTube, not the live one on YouTube like afterwards, I will cut the video here and I will do a second part, yeah, so that you can enjoy like the whole card hunt in 2 parts.